Hello, everyone, and welcome to the show where, after the collision, we sift through
Wreckage.
Oh man, that's got to be a new world record for Wreckage. That's
could have
right.
gone longer there, Jibby. I could have gone a little longer.
Especially when you're like, oh.
I could have gone longer than Ditka's Hall of Fame coaching career.
Anyway, as you hear, we are live on, well, not channelattitude.com, but on the Hamin Media Group YouTube channel and on channelattitude.com after the fact. As you just heard, that is the Vet, and I am Jimmy T. But Vet, AEW, man. I'm going to say one thing, dude. I didn't mind Dynamite, personally.
Okay.
But Collision was I don't know.
But we're not ready to sift yet. We're not quite in sift mode.
We're not quite in sift mode, and we are in the news mode. As a matter of fact, you know what? I should do a little thing from now on. I should do what I've always should have done, and I haven't done, but I'll do now. So here's to the news. There's your news.
That's a lot of shirtless guys in magazines.
Well, we are talking about shirtless guys and not so much shirtless girls, but more or less we are talking pro wrestling. And as far as news goes, what's this apparently that I'm hearing that Collision's been cancelled in Ohio somewhere in the next couple of weeks?
I don't know. I think they canceled some show or just some booking. I don't recall the details. I think I heard it, and I didn't really look. I was distracted and didn't pay too much attention. I don't think it matters.
Well, in more relevant news, did you see Mustafa Ali's launching a new wrestling school in Chicago in 2025? Have you seen the previews of that actually event?
No. Let me guess.
It looks good.
Is way back in with a WWID designation.
Maybe. I mean, does he even qualify for that shit since he's been in WWE before? I mean, is he eligible? Shall I say?
What do you mean? There's guys in WWE right now that have it.
What? Really?
Seth Rollins, Cody.
Oh no, but that's because of their schools. I'm talking about actual wrestlers.
But if he opens a school, I'm talking about.
Oh
if
yeah,
he
good
opens
point.
A school,
No, you're right.
Then he's going to go back to working with the WWE as well.
You're actually right. That's actually a great point. I forgot about that little bit. Now you're right, and actually you answered my own question when you said about Seth Rollins. Okay, but that's because of the school, and that's right. It is because of the school.
Every fired guy's going to open a school.
Well, his school looks absolutely great. His logo looks pretty caca, in my opinion, but his school looks actually pretty good. But in saying that, all I saw was one ring and everything else was just a whole bunch of weights.
Okay.
You know what I mean?
I would tell one of the things I would tell students, not just because of space or other logistical limitations, but I would tell, like, if I opened a wrestling school, and Lord knows I should.
You should, actually. That'd be a great idea.
I would definitely tell the students, work out on your own time. Because I need to see who is not just taking advantage of what I provide, but what are you doing on your own to better yourself. I can give you all the knowledge and the experience that I would have, such as it is. I'm just using a hypothetical. I'm not like,
right. This
isn't necessarily me putting myself over, but I'm just saying, if I was anyone who thinks they're in a position to open a school, my mindset would be, you have to show me something for me to show you something too. So if you want to work out, I don't run a gym. If I wanted to run a gym, I'd run a gym. Get your own weights, sign up to your own gym. You come here, you learn wrestling, You learn things about the business. You learn etiquette. You learn protocols, traditions, psychology, everything from soup to nuts about wrestling. But as far as like diet, if you want to talk about conditioning, like those things, you'll get the conditioning from the wrestling training. But if you were talking about bodybuilding to achieve a certain look, that's the part you got to do on your own. And that's how you separate the wheat from the chaff, so to speak. That's my motto. So, I mean, when I went to OVW, they made us do calisthenics and stuff to blow us up before we ever got in the ring. So now imagine I'm brand new and I'd never been in a ring before, but yet I've just been doing push-ups and squats for 30 minutes so that my muscles are completely jelly now. I'm blown up. And then I have to learn to take a bump, to learn to run the ropes that I've never done before. I have to hit the ropes with pre-exhausted. So even if I was getting it right the first time, I'm not getting it right because I'm fatigued.
Yeah.
You know, like that's the kind of stuff they did to me. And that's the trainer's style. Some trainers don't believe in doing that. Some trainers do. It's just like, it's exactly like, and this is relevant to Cobra Kai final season part 2. You know, Mr. Miyagi said in the Karate Kid movie, no such thing bad student, only bad teacher. Teacher say, student do. So if you had the kind of teacher that, you know, wanted to blow you up with a bunch of jumping jacks, push-ups, squats, you know, running laps, you know, all that Vern Gagne stuff. Like if you had a teacher that wanted to do that, then you're going to think that's the way you break in. If you got a teacher that's like, I don't care if you eat potato chips on the mat, then that's how lazy a wrestler you're going to be. You're going to be how you were broke in. So,
right. Exactly.
So it's cool if Ali provides equipment or whatever, but you know, we'll see. This isn't really that much of a story. And as a matter of fact, I tweeted out for for this show we were going to do today that we're the AEW Speed Champions. I was referring to you and me, Jimmy. We're going to blow through this in record speed because we don't really care to talk about AEW that much, right? One thing we should probably address, I'll take over here for this part, and then we'll go back to the wrestling news. But I know you probably want to talk about it because Todd Brantley, the Comic King, is here. And he says, so what was the bigger joke? The Tyson Paul fight or Meltzer making an ass of himself and going after Dutch Mantel? Well, I mean, Meltzer's been doing that for a while. So Meltzer has always gotten his shit in. If you look, you could tell who he likes and who he didn't like. You could tell who was feeding him and who he wasn't by the way he wrote his newsletter. So, I mean, that's not news. That's not a joke. It's just the way Dave is. So we don't need to talk about that.
He's just an idiot. Let's just put it that way.
Yeah. It's funny now though. It's like, I will comment this, Jimmy. I will actually comment this. And this is as diplomatic as I'm going to be. I find it interesting that Dave, at this point, after all this 40 years plus of doing this, he probably has more eyes on him now than he ever has. Because he's constantly getting brought up. Either he's got his own fans that have, you know, been ride or die since day one, or you've got people that never liked him, or you got people in between, maybe bandwagoners that jumped off. But all these people, they hear about Dave, negative, positive, whatever. And to me, this isn't the time to continue to do those things, like take those jabs at people anymore, whether their life is on the line or not, like Dutch's is.
Right, absolutely is.
I feel an awful lot like when Kevin Sullivan was in the hospital. Like I'm getting that feeling. I don't want to hear this news coming out. I hope Dutch makes it out.
And his wife too, by the way.
Yeah, and his wife, right? That's his wife. So that's what I mean. Like when back when you were a niche of a niche and you were actually mailing out paper newsletters because there was no internet. Okay, you want to get your shit in, whatever. But at this point, when you're more famous than you've ever been, Why don't you cool it? You know, you don't want people, you don't want the smoke is basically what the kids would say. So I would just advise that. Not that he cares, but anyway. As for the Tyson
Yeah.
fight, did
Oh
you?
boy, I did watch it. Absolutely did
Okay.
watch it.
Well, I want to hear what you think before I say something, because I'm going to keep it short, because I'm probably going to talk about it with Ray anyway on Wednesday. On the Next Level Wrestling Review, every Wednesday at 8 a.m. Pacific, 11 a.m. Eastern, live on YouTube and Twitch. But go ahead, Jay.
I did touch on it on the Smack Attack yesterday, which went for fucking 4 hours. Literally a 4-hour show. But I didn't really like talk about it because John didn't watch it, so I just touched on it, and that's about it. Now, I've seen a lot of people thinking that it was rigged. I don't actually believe that. I actually think Jake Paul took care of Tyson because he felt bad for him. If he wanted to, he could have knocked him out in round 2, dude. He would have been done and dusted. If you saw the jabs he was giving Tyson were hurting him, dude. Just the jabs. The jabs were just absolutely hurting him. And I feel like, you know, out of respect to Tyson and his legacy, and even out of respect probably for the Netflix people and even the fans, he let that just, you know, stretch out till the end of round 8. Really, Jake Paul had this in the bag easily, dude. And I just feel bad for Mike Tyson coming out of retirement. I get it. It was a huge payday. But if you want to break it down, though, I don't know if you've seen the contract. Now, people have been talking about the contract and stipulations, apparently, for both fighters. Apparently, it was in the contract. Now, I don't know how true this is because I haven't seen the physical contract, right? But people are claiming that the way this match ended, it was meant to end like that because it was in their contracts to end that way. But that's just my thing. I just feel like Jake Paul could have won this whenever he wanted to. He never got out of first gear, dude. Honestly.
Okay. I saw something a little different.
Okay.
I do feel sorry for Mike Tyson. I just don't know what's sadder. Sadder that Mike Tyson had to do a job for this guy, or that people actually think that that was in any way not completely agreed upon, like the entire thing. If you know,
there's a lot of people that think that too.
I know a lot of people, but there's a lot of people that are morons.
There's that too.
Here's the deal. If you watch what Mike Tyson did in that fight, if you know what your eyes were seeing, you know that he let Jake Paul live. Jake Paul's not a real fighter. You have to understand that. Yes.
No, he's not. Absolutely not.
Jake Paul would get knocked out in the Olympics with headgear. Okay? You saw, which you said he never got out of first gear, he doesn't have another gear. Mike Tyson is in every single way better than he was. Like, he could see everything Jake Paul was doing telegraphed from a mile away. You know how I know that? Because I can see it from the couch.
Oh yeah, it was the same shit throughout the whole match.
What Tyson did was he went in there and did not punch him for 8 rounds.
He didn't give a trademark overhead punch, which I was waiting for the whole fight.
He had to keep from accidentally knocking Jake Paul out. There was a point.
You think so?
I know so. I'm not telling you what I think.
I need to rewatch this again.
If there was a point in round 2 where Mike Tyson threw a counter hook that grazed Jake Paul.
I remember that.
And if Jake Paul had been in the wrong... Now, Tyson is aiming these punches to miss. If you watch the first 2 rounds, Mike Tyson has... Jake Paul is wide open. Like, you could drive a truck through his guard.
His guard was down here, bro.
And Mike Tyson is throwing punches that miss on purpose. Mike Tyson was throwing jabs from 2 feet away that he knows wasn't connect. But he's doing it because he has to do something. So... But like I said, on that counter hook, he threw it attempting to miss. But if Jake Paul had accidentally leaned forward just an inch too far or something like that, his head would have came off. So Mike Tyson had to avoid killing Jake Paul, but he has to do something because the people were already booing in round 1.
That's true.
Because of the clinches.
Right.
So So these guys had to dance for 16 minutes. And the announcers, I felt bad for Mauro Ranallo and Roy Jones trying to make this sound exciting and try to make excuses for this dog and pony show. It's ridiculous. Mike Tyson has more speed now than most heavyweights ever have. If you looked at the way he was moving, his head
when you
movement,
see his training videos.
Yeah, you look at his training. If any one of those punches would have caught Jake Paul, it's lights out. But Jake Paul doesn't fight people that won't let him win. So, okay, joke's on everybody. Let's move on.
But what would Tyson? I know. Look, apparently it's a fact that he was going to get paid more. And I'm talking about Tyson for losing, right? I mean, that's what apparently was going around. But why would Tyson do that to his own legacy? And yeah, and Rosie Perez, since when is she a freaking boxing aficionado pretty much? I don't understand why she was even on there.
Well,
but
I just want to say, like Mike Martin is saying in the chat, and thank you for being here, Mike, and we appreciate you and everything you're going through. So thank you for spending time with us. We're with you, brother. But he's right. He said it right there. Like, it's an exhibition and they worked everyone. I mean, not everyone, because I didn't get worked, but I already knew what it was going to be before they stepped in the ring, and I was just hoping I was wrong. But of course I'm not, and neither is anybody else who knew ahead of time. But I mean, that's okay. That's what this thing is, a circus, and boxing's been a circus since you could bet on it. So there's really nothing new here.
I don't want to think like that.
It's only it's only new to people who are too young. They only know Jake Paul from YouTube, and they never seen Mike Tyson other than like podcasts. It's new to them because young people just weren't there. But for the people that were actually alive during Tyson's run, we know. And if anybody even looked at an Instagram reel of him training, you would have seen that he's got a lot of snap and a lot of speed, and his head movement was he went out there in round one and did enough.
Round one he looked great.
He did enough to show you, I could end this anytime I want. I still got it. This kid's a bum. We're doing this for money. It's all in fun. And then he went back to just standing there, literally not punching. Like, the last 4 rounds, neither guy was throwing any punches. It was just a staring contest. People were talking about, my internet was freezing in the co-main and stuff. It's like, I thought my internet froze, but it turns out it was just Jake Paul and Mike Tyson not punching for 4 rounds. They wasn't buffering at all.
He only threw like 90 punches, I think, the whole fight. Because if he threw more than that, he would have landed one. It sucks. Man, that's not. It sucks because everybody wanted to see it, but that's the heel babyface money drawing mentality. Absolutely.
I'm going to get everybody to gather and pony up to see me get knocked the fuck out, and these suckers are going to do it. And it didn't happen, and ha, because Jake Paul's got to go on and do this again with another mark, like Canelo Alvarez, I guess. So he's got to go on and do that. Tyson doesn't have anywhere he has to go next. Tyson can do whatever he wants. He didn't even really need to do this, but why pass it up? So yeah, that's that.
If Jake fights Canelo, though, there's no way he's going to beat Canelo, bro.
Well, no. Well, not unless Canelo's done with pro boxing. That's the only way. If he's gonna retire from pro boxing, he'll go out on that payday. But if Canelo plans on continuing to fight after that, yeah, he's gonna treat Jake like the tomato can he is and finish him and move on.
Look, I don't know, man. I am one of those people that think Jake Paul is not as bad as people think, right? But my heart wanted I wanted Tyson to win. I wanted the team to knock him out. It was disappointing that we didn't see that. But like you said, I felt round one, he showed himself, like what he was capable of. And then after that, that's why I said from round 2, I felt like Jake Paul could have knocked him out. You know what I mean? If he wanted to. Hey, can I ask you something, man?
Well, there's a reason he didn't step any further than 2 feet away.
Yeah, but it's not...
Dude, he was throwing...
Yeah, but it's no secret.
Jake Paul was throwing jabs to like the stomach from like mid-ring.
Yeah, he was just jabbing it. He was jabbing it the whole time, pretty much.
To the stomach, bro.
Well,
and Mike Tyson just let him. If Mike Tyson was serious, he would have just uppercutted him leaning in, and it would have been over. Just just come on. You know what? Whatever else you want to say about this, but we can move on.
No, I just
Back
want to
to
say one
wrestling
more
news.
thing. Yeah, no, I just want to say one more thing about that. Like, we got to keep in mind though, he is 58 years old. You know, he's 58 years old, Mike Tyson. You know what I mean? Like, sure, early he could go. Like, but Tyson's never been built to last really more than 5 rounds, dude.
I know,
Technically,
but
you know what I mean?
just remember. Sorry to cut
Yeah,
you off, but just
no, that's
remember,
okay.
he didn't do any punching, so he wouldn't have been
That's
tired.
true too, though. That's true. That's true. He did breathe heavily here and there, though, in a few of the rounds. But you're right. I mean, he
I
didn't
know
throw. He was
why
just
though.
shit.
I know why he did. If you want to know,
Please.
well, there's a lot of tension and adrenaline built up.
Oh yeah, of course. He gassed himself out, like literally.
And then after nothing happens and you're inactive for a period of time and the adrenaline starts to come down, you start to get exhausted.
You know, that's normal, man. It happens to wrestlers too. It's like
Yeah.
that's literally gassing yourself out, like for real. But also, it's no secret that Tyson's weakness against fighters that have got a long reach and are outside fighters, man. He always struggled against outside fighters. You know, a young Tyson would be going in like a mongrel. You know what I mean? But
Well,
even
so would
during,
an old Tyson, but that wasn't what was agreed. So
oh man, how can you not
Jimmy,
have
you're still
Tyson
talking
go?
about it like it was real. Like you
No,
got
I
work.
know, no, because I'm
It's
thinking
okay.
about it.
It's okay,
I
Jimmy. You
stopped
got
thinking
work.
about it. I literally stopped thinking about it until you brought it up, and then I just started thinking about it again. I do want to watch it a second time though, properly,
Okay. Okay.
and then I might have a
Anybody
different
that
perspective.
yeah, if anybody was thinking, "Oh, this shit was real," even a little bit, after you heard everything I said, if you want to run it back on Netflix, very nice, easy. Just hit the rewind thing, drag the
Yeah,
progress bar back, and you can watch it. Watch it again with the things that I said in mind.
that's why I
Specifically
want to
looking
just.
at look at that counter hook on round 2. Just think about it like, okay, I thought it was half-ass real, but now let me look at it as if it's totally fake and watch Mike Tyson not punch this kid.
Hmm.
I
All right,
invite everybody to do it.
I'll get back to you on that next week about that. But yeah, for now, let's get back into pro wrestling though, shall we? Um, but now you got me intrigued though. I'm not gonna lie, Vet. But um, did you hear about Kenny Omega, by the way? You know, wanting
Um,
to come back. Now, I
the
think
kid,
people,
the
are
kid.
looking way too deep into this shit. But you know how he's announced he had an interview with Sean Ross Sapp of Fightful, and he practically said, and I'm quoting him, and that's all I'm going to say because that's what matters. But basically, that he's AEW doesn't need him right now. You know, because they're doing well without him, which is bullshit. Let's be real. Um, and also he feels like he wants to, you know, come back with New Japan first and foremost until AEW need him. I think a lot of people have misunderstood what he meant by that. And I don't think it was because people think there's conspiracy theories. Oh, he's not happy. He sees that AEW is just trash and blah, blah, blah. But in my opinion, I think what he really meant was is that there's nothing for him to do right now in AEW. What's the point of him coming back, right? Who's he going to like go against? Is he going to take on Moxley and his crew on his own, for example? That's not going to be realistic, right? There's literally nothing for him storyline wise, other than Okada and the Bucks, and they're not even around at the moment. You know what I mean? So until there is something for him to do, then he'll come back. But people think he sees what he sees, and it's basically like he just thinks, oh, nah, AEW is just trash. I don't want to be part of this shitstorm. I want to go to New Japan for a while and then whatever. You know what I mean? What's your take on that anyway, Vet?
Well, I was going to ask you your take, but I think you kind of basically kind of said it like you probably think that's not the case, right?
That's what I think, yeah, personally.
You don't think he doesn't want to go to AEW. You think he's just waiting for the moment that they have that he's supposed to make a big return. I would
Yeah,
kind of
I
see that.
think, yeah.
I am afraid it would be nice to it would be nice for Kenny Omega to be a guy that comes back to stop whatever John Moxley's doing,
Right.
but what I'm afraid of is that they think, and by they I mean, you know, Tony or whoever, or apparently Moxley's got his whole creative under his own control. He's the Hulk
Yeah,
Hogan.
well, that's another
Apparently.
thing. We'll get to that too.
Right. Well, if that's the case, if they think that what they're going to do is that they're going to reform the Elite like the Avengers, it's
Which is
not
bad.
going to go over the way they think
No.
it is. With
No
Kenny
way.
as the Captain America, like it's not gonna work like they think it is in their minds. People are
I hope
people
that's
are
not the
gonna.
plan either.
I hope so too. I don't know what the plan could be, but I'm just saying, like if Kenny Omega comes back, it has to be in a main event capacity because you can't go back to AEW. But also, while this is going on, it'd be weird if he doesn't have any comment on it. Like if anybody's asking, like, what do you know, like as a kayfabe, like, what do you think about what Jon Moxley is doing? Like,
right.
and he just doesn't care. Like Jon Moxley killing people with plastic bags. Like Kenny Omega's fine with that. Like he is a pretty laid back Canadian guy, but
He's
everybody's got a
typical
limit.
Canadian, dude. Let's be real.
Yeah, everybody's got a limit, right? So yeah, I who cares?
No, you're spot on.
That's actually the answer. My answer, I'm changing my answer. My answer is who cares what Kenny Omega's going to do.
You're right. I mean,
we'll all just watch it together.
No, but but the one thing I do want to ask, don't mind me for now, Vent. I don't know why that happened. But what I wanted to know, do you think there's anything to it? Is there any sort of conspiracy? Are people tripping? Or is it just as simple as what we just said? It's just not his time to return yet.
Yeah, I think it's whether it's his choice or somebody else's. Like either he says I want to do this thing first, or they're saying we're not ready for you yet, or just a mutual thing. But yeah, no, I don't think he's trying to sidestep AEW necessarily.
Right. Neither do I. So I think we can butt that in the back per se.
Yes, Aaron, it is called a yo-yo, by the way.
Oh, what was going on? Oh, another change, the Young Bucks of the yo-yo of wrestling. But why the yo-yo, Aaron? Just particularly
because they keep going, because they keep switching
and
where
coming back.
To be heel or face. Like,
do you think they'll come back?
Well,
as baby
yeah, and
face,
actually, they keep switching heel and face, and they keep leaving and coming back. So it's kind of like I kind of see it.
But do you think they're gonna come back as baby faces? That's so dumb if they do.
That's what I was just saying about being afraid that they think they're going to be the Avengers.
Does that
think they're going to be the Avengers and take down Thanos? It's not gonna go over like that. You know, when that happened in the movie, everybody was hyped. When it happens in AEW, it's gonna not be nearly as cool. So I hope they have a different idea.
Oh yeah, well, like I said before too, I hope the same thing. They better have a different idea, or else they're just a bunch of idiots. But then again, you can't put it past them. We'll see. Let's talk about Moxley actually. On his current vision for AEW. Okay. You sound like Moxley.
I'm Fireman Fred, and I'm gonna hose you. Yeah.
Well, get this, man, because this makes me want to laugh. But this is what he said to the New York Post just this past week, and I quote:
"Why are they interviewing him?"
I have no idea. It's a good question. I mean, I was sort of surprised by it.
What are they? The Onion?
What? You know what? They're getting like that when you think about it. It's not the same New York Post like it used to be, like years and years ago. Put it that way. But anyway, this is what he had to say. He said, "I have a dream, a vision, something I can see.
One day this nation will rise up." I've heard this before.
I know. Right. Read his book, damn it, if you haven't already. Trust me, you got to do it. No. But oh man, I'm telling you, man, you have to. But I see a world where everyone is successful, where everyone can be successful, where the talents are fostered and their growth is fostered, and talents are set up for success and set up for growth. I'm going to stop right there. Is he not going round and round saying the same thing already over and over again?
Yes, he is. And also just, that's great. I'm glad you decided to do it now. Why didn't you do it when you got there?
Good question, but he's still got more to say.
Or maybe he tried and things had to get so far off the rails, like that somebody would actually give him creative control, because I'm sure somebody else didn't want to relinquish creative control, and now that they've seen how things are bad, they're going to say how everything's good, but then secretly they're going to say, all right, John Moxley, do whatever you want, because what I've been doing isn't working, so we'll try your thing. And his thing sucks too, but
Sucks
the
bad,
difference
dude.
is with his thing, we can't quite see where it is going yet. Everything else
Yeah.
that gets done in that company is so transparent and predictable. Moxley looks like he's building to an idea, and we still don't know what it is. So at least there's some half-ass intrigue there. I'm not saying it's going to be any good, but at least we don't know. Everything else sucks, so maybe that's why. But anyway, yeah, like you could have, if you wanted to foster this environment, I hope you've been doing that for the past 4 years and you just failed at it, and now you're really giving it a harder try. Continue.
Well, he continues on saying that set up for growth to be whatever it is they can be, where their strengths are brought to the forefront and utilized, and we mine their value out of them and give them the opportunity to be whatever it is they can be. Moxley also gave his thoughts about the incident he had earlier this year backstage with an unidentified backstage person over this person not wanting to help improve AEW's undercard talent. This individual said, well, it's the bottom of the card. It doesn't matter. It's the bottom of the card. It doesn't matter. Can you imagine saying that? Like, you're fucking fired. Yeah, you're fucking fired. Go work at Sunglass Hut. You should be a fucking pistol whipped for saying that. Everybody that's on the top was at one time on the bottom. That's how it works. You climb the ladder. You see a lot of frustration and confusion from some of these talents because there is no fucking ladder. They don't know what to do. They're kind of just wandering in the desert. We're going to grab them by the shoulder and we're going to walk them. Jeez. Moxley continues saying about how he also gave his thoughts about how it's not time for AEW to sit around and celebrate despite their new media rights deal with Warner Brothers Discovery. And he said it is only an opportunity to give and keep working to get better as a company. By signing this deal, we made a commitment to do something and to attempt something, to create something, to be successful at something. And, this is not a time to celebrate. There is no time to do that. This is the time to get to work. What we are doing now is with this opportunity. That's what I'm worried about. There's been a lot of kind of in the previous AEW in the past, there's been a lot of sitting around celebrating. Oh, fuck this.
Okay.
I'm going to stop. That's it. He's repeating himself over and over.
Yes, enough.
Over and
Enough,
over
John
and over.
Moxley. Enough. And plus, the article already summarized it, and then they put his quote. So, like, if you're writing the article, either use the quote or summarize it for us. Don't do both.
Right. Exactly.
God, no one knows how to do fucking fuck all anymore. Anyway, John Moxley is right about this. This part I agree. It's not time to celebrate. You got more work to do. And yes, the people at the bottom of the card, if an agent or producer is saying, whatever, it's the bottom of the card, then yes, they should be working at Sunglass Hut.
Right.
Any job worth doing is worth doing well. Or even if it's not worth doing, whatever your job is. If your job is to clean a toilet, that toilet better be fucking clean because I got to sit on it. You know what I mean? Like, I don't care if you don't like your job. They're paying you to do it, so fucking do it.
Yep.
And even the people at the bottom of the card, it doesn't matter. They're human beings and they're part of the team. And the bottom of the card has a job to do. If you're doing it right, the bottom of the card is setting the stage for the people that are at the top of the card. You're setting the stage for the card. So if somebody backstage is just a fucking lazy agent that doesn't know shit and somehow ended up being an agent collecting a paycheck, or even if it's somebody on the staff that's just part of production and not actually part of the wrestling and stuff, anybody that has that attitude, yes, they should be fired. And I hope that person that John Moxley is talking about was fired, especially if John Moxley was the one to recommend his firing. So on this point of what he said, and the thing about no time to rest on your quote unquote laurels, then yes, I agree with him there. But I think that's enough Moxley for one day because we can't take this anymore.
I couldn't do it, man.
Even when he's right, I can't take him.
It's just the way he talks, dude. The way it was quoted, exactly word for word, it was starting to drive me nuts, dude. But that's how his book is. That's what I'm saying for you to read it. It's so all over the place. right?
Hell
See,
no.
Jago made me read it, right? And I'm like, oh, all right, I'll give it a shot. But it was, yeah, it was all over the. It's typical Moxley, put it that way. So I already know that you're not going to even bother just because of that alone.
Never,
But damn
never
it,
in my
talk
life.
properly. Anyway, to be honest, Vet, that's the real headlines of the week, man.
Okay.
There's nothing really more important other than just a whole bunch
Nothing
of
else happened in
bullshit.
the world, huh?
Well, there, there has been a few things, but let's not talk politics.
Yeah,
But
let's not talk about that.
you know what I mean? Because I spoke enough about that shit. I lost so many followers, dude, for even mentioning the T word. I
Oh,
kid you not, bro. I
can't
swear
do
to
that.
God, cannot
Can't
do
do
that.
that.
Cannot do that. So it is
Yeah.
what it is.
Yeah.
Zane, stop being a smartass. You know what I mean? He didn't force me to fucking read it. Shit. He just
Yeah.
recommended I read it.
Todd Brantley says, here's the hypocrisy of it. You want those people to work hard, but there's other talent that have and that got over that aren't being used. Miro, Stark, Scorpio Sky, etc. Well, we don't know for sure what their attitude really is. We just know what we see. So,
Yeah, Miro, I'm on the fence with, man. I've heard too much. Like, I truly think he's just messing with Tony Khan and AEW in some ways, but
I
but
think
not.
what John is trying to say in his own roundabout ridiculous way is the reason that guys like Dark Order, the reason that guys like Private Party, the reason that guys like Top Flight, the reason that all these guys are the ones that are fighting with um the Death Riders and stuff is because they were exactly who he's talking about, doing nothing. When the last time? Now, I'm not saying I want to see them on TV, but when was the last time you saw like Silver and Reynolds on TV ever? They just don't be on TV.
Actually, it
So
wasn't long
they're in
ago,
like
two
Ring of
weeks
Honor,
ago.
barely
Right,
in Ring of Honor, and all of a sudden now they're in the angle with the top guy. So
right, exactly.
in his own twisted way, he's trying to bring them up. He's trying to like give them like the
A beat
what's
down rub,
no what's that thing
elevate him.
the paddles
Oh,
the
like
shock paddles it's I
oh,
know
I
it
know what
would
you're
I
saying. I know what you're saying. I know what you mean.
right
Basically, wake him up is what you're
defibrillator.
saying.
It's the
Defibrillator.
defibrillator. He's trying to use the defibrillator on fucking Dark Order. Now that may be a waste of electricity, but that's what he's trying to give them a hand up. So I think that's his idea. I don't think he gets how it's not working, but I mean
You got to give
the
him
best
something.
I think he has an idea. I think he has intentions. I just think he's a moron. That's all. So never mind. We'll move on from Moxley, but
You know,
that's what that's my response to what Todd Brantley was bringing up. Like I think that he's looking at people that really aren't getting used and saying like, well, I don't know what's going on with Scorpio Sky. Frankly, I don't miss him. I don't know what's going on with Ricky Starks. I don't miss him either. I don't know what's going on with Miro. I'm not sure I miss him.
I couldn't give a
I
shit
really
about
don't miss
Miro
those
anymore.
guys. I like them better than the Dark Order, but ultimately, for me personally, they don't do anything. So if their absence from television is due to other reasons, then maybe John is privy to something that we're not about that. So I don't know.
I just don't see how he's going to elevate any of these guys. I haven't seen it yet. Is he going to put any? You know what's even funnier? Why doesn't he turn up with the damn championship?
Oh yeah, that's right. He never wears it or carries it, huh?
It wouldn't be
Maybe it's
funny if he
corny
legitimately
though.
lost it.
Would you
Come
like?
on.
You can't take him seriously regardless. But can you imagine how much sillier it would look if he is saying all this shit with his t-shirt and black jeans, but then he's just got this big shiny belt over his shoulder? It would look corny, wouldn't it? Like
Yeah,
I
but
don't know.
I know what you're
It's
saying.
and
But
plus I also think he thinks, again, this is me trying to like make some sense of this.
oh no, you're going to
He's
be
looking
right.
at it like I'm holding this company hostage, meaning you don't get to see the belt kind of thing. The belt is representative of AEW, so he's keeping that out of your sight the same way you keep a hostage hidden away somewhere, right?
But
So
then what's his
maybe it's some
demands though?
symbolic bullshit.
There's no demands though. He's not really giving any like demands for that though per se.
That's fair, but I'm trying to just use a word like
I know,
to
but you're
relate it.
right.
I'm
That's the
not
thing.
saying
I
he
agree
literally-
with you.
Yeah, maybe he doesn't literally think that the belt is a hostage and he needs to make demands because he already has it. And that's part of why this thing sucks, because it's like, okay, well, you say you run the company just because you have a championship belt. Since when does that work? Since when does the Super Bowl champion tell Roger Goodell when they're going to play football? You know, like it just doesn't work like that. So I don't know why AEW is doing that, but that's a different issue. If Jon Moxley's creative is about helping underneath talent, then he's trying to get them on TV regardless of how stupid the angle is. But that's two different problems, right?
So, absolutely, dude. Absolutely. I just got a bad feeling this is going to end up going nowhere. Just like when the Elite turned heel and, punched Tony Khan and all that bullshit. Where'd that go, Vet? Nowhere.
Yeah, nowhere.
It led to nowhere. You know
maybe
what I mean?
That's because it wasn't Jon Moxley's idea.
Oh, well, fair point. I mean, shit.
Yeah, with his creative control, that could have been an all-timer angle, but
nah, fuck that, man. And this is what annoys me the most about AEW. I'm gonna give him the benefit of the doubt. I'll give Moxley the benefit of the doubt as well. But he's pushing my patience, man. I need to see results. Even these last few weeks, all I'm seeing is the same shit. There's been no progress yet in terms of this storyline. You know what I mean? What's next? All I'm seeing is the same chapter kind of replayed, man.
yeah,
So one week is promo, and then the other week we're bashing everyone.
I agree. I agree. And we're going to talk all about it, because when we have to do the whole week in an hour and a half, we can definitely see how repetitive it gets, because it's all back to back to back to back to back, and we can see it. Like, remember last week when everything was a chaos sandwich?
That's what I mean, dude. They do this over and over. Like, why?
Let's see what we get. You see what we get. Okay, and one
more
thing,
man.
Just one last thing. Because Todd Brantley keeps having these points he's bringing up, but he says if you don't like Scorpio Sky, that's fine. But he's literally been there since day one. You can't tell me a storyline that wouldn't lead to something, right? But Scorpio Sky is not the guy that you would bring in to just get beat mercilessly by these guys.
There's got to be a reason, you know what I mean, that he comes back.
That is a spot for the Dark Order. Why they're doing stuff with Scorpio Sky, or why they were running vignettes with him and then they just stopped, that's on somebody else. I don't know, but I'm just saying. I'm saying even if you bring him back on TV, he's not going to be doing something with Moxley, right? He's going to be doing something else, because Moxley's not going to be the guy to just randomly beat up Scorpio Sky. I mean, why would you?
You can't do that to the whole roster, man.
Yeah. All right,
but
anyway,
I mean, you just can't.
All right, so let's get cooking. Let's blow some shit up with Dynamite. Let's blow it up and then let's sift through.
Boom. All right, let's do it.
We're starting off with Cage and Page versus Jay and Juice. And by the way, on topic.
Oh, yes.
Jay and Juice. Look what just arrived in the mail. Look at this beauty right here.
That looks
the
good,
Switchblade.
man.
I'm trying to get the glare off the camera. Look at this exclusive Ringside Collectibles. Glorious Jay Switchblade White.
Dude.
Adult collectible. Don't call it adult.
Does it really say that? Does it say that, or are you just saying that?
No, I don't think so on this box. It's just a term I've heard.
Yeah, that's the new thing that's called being in denial.
Right. Exactly.
You know what I mean? Nah, but for real, man.
But
that looks brilliant.
This for you, Aaron. Check this out. Check this bad boy out, buddy. Yeah, adult action figure. Right. That's right.
I love it.
Switchblade. You can all breathe with the Switchblade in his new era.
I'm so you did it. You did it pretty well there.
But actually we have to breathe with the Switchblade in this tag team match, which is mostly about Juice Robinson getting beat, and that's fine.
Juice, man. Oh man, I felt bad for Juice.
He's getting fat. Fuck him.
He's gonna be fat Juice.
Yeah, fat juice. So Mother Wayne does the jump up. Kip Sabian hits Juice with a metal contract holder.
So dumb.
Adam Page hits the dead eye on him for a bing bing bing. Nick Wayne probably did something I missed. I don't know. They probably everybody got a turn on Juice and beat him while Jay was busy, and that was
Dude,
that.
even Christian put his feet right on his face practically. You know what I mean? Like fucking hell. Like
Yeah. So, but it was good. But a la carte, I got to see a Jay White match, so I liked it.
yeah, look, man, I'm with you 100%. I'm just as big of a Jay fan as you are. I mean, and we've both seen him grow from pretty much a young boy all the way to now, man, which is amazing to see. He's just got star written all over him, but I just don't like the fact that his team lost. But it's all good as long as he gets his win, hopefully at full gear. I'm not even confident still. I'm not even sure. I just hope he does, man. But we'll see. We'll see what happens.
He better. He better.
He better for sure.
Bruce said Nick Wayne got racked by Hook. That's right. Didn't he like come out of the
Oh
crowd
yeah,
and grab
yeah,
him
yeah,
and
yeah.
drag him away
From
or something?
behind, dragged him from the back, from
Or
the
is that-
barricade.
Or is that a different? Yeah.
No,
okay,
no.
that
From
it.
he
That
was
his.
outside. He was leaning up against the barricade, and then Hook came from behind and dragged him over the barricade. That was the last we saw him.
Yeah. All right. Okay. Here's another great. Oh man, let me tell you, Renee is with Mercedes and Camille. And then
this is dumb.
Statlander shows up menacingly in the hallway and starts a fight, beats both their asses again. They immediately they actually go through the wall. You know, they have one of those walls like they were like, hey, I think Seth Rollins or Bronson Reed did that. Like, we should do that too, right?
But you know what I hate about that spot all the time where wrestlers do this shit? You just see the plaster, the thin plaster they go through. Where's the friggin' the wooden fucking, what do you call it? You know what I'm talking about? The studs and shit. Like, where's all that shit? Like, you don't even see that. It looks so fake, dude. They gotta stop doing that, man. It's not impressive anymore.
Well, there's a lot of stuff they got to stop doing. Number one, this, because now you have done a vehicular assault and then you followed it up with a going through a wall spot, and then this is all to set up a regular wrestling match as far as we know.
For now, as far as we know, we don't know.
For now,
if
they could add a stip at the last second, so we're not going to bury it yet. But I do think it's going to have to. If you're ramping up, you're going to have to go somewhere up from here because we've already seen way too much BS. Because it looks like Statlander can just kill everybody. She could survive a car, getting run over.
Remember that?
Beat up the bodyguard. What good is this bodyguard?
Dude, bodyguard. How dumb is she? Speaking of bodyguard, what was she doing? Was she just randomly walking through rooms or whatever the fuck was going on, and then Statlander just attacked her? Like, she didn't even see it coming, dude. She was just like in no man's land.
And here's the best part of this. So they do this. They go right through the wall. Now, when Bronson and like Strowman or Bronson and Rollins or anybody does these things, they like follow up on it and they show people get loaded into ambulances, or they'll see like the paramedics coming over and like they see other security come in and try to break it up. This is like they fall through the wall and they immediately cut. They're like, who cares about this? Let's go on. Moving on.
Well, I'm going to ask you one more time from last week. Did you see that car last week?
The car?
The car that hit Statlander. Did you actually see it?
Was it like an Escalade?
Apparently, but I didn't see it. All I saw was, I don't know, it was that fast.
No, we don't see the hit. We hear the noise, and then we see Statlander lying down. Yeah, it was a great camera trick that they invented when movies were invented. So anyway,
it was so bad though, dude. That's my point. And again, just this bullshit. And what was she wearing, dude? Statlander. Anyway, I will get to that.
I have no idea. She just shows up like whatever she wears at the house, I guess.
I'll see a collision, actually. That's later on. I'll get back to that.
Shivani welcomes Ospreay. He calls out Kyle Fletcher. They have a yelling match back and forth about all their feelings. I was trying to stay awake.
Really?
It all turns out into a 3 versus 3 brawl.
Bro.
because Cage and Archer come out for Fletcher's side, and then we have Mark Davis and who was it? Not Ricochet, was it? Who was the third guy on
No.
Osprey's side? I forgot.
It's a good question, dude. Oh no,
Oh
it
no,
was
it's Roger.
Rocky
Was it
Romero.
Roger?
Rocky
No, it
Romero, wasn't it? Rocky Romero
Oh,
and
was
one
it?
other dude.
No. Who was it? Come on, guys that know everything about every show.
Shit, man. The Jim brothers.
No, I don't know.
Why
Anyway,
didn't these guys stand out for some reason? No, it wasn't Hobbs.
It may have been Hobbs. So
I don't
here's
recall
the thing. Whoever it was, that's not the important part. The important part is as soon as first of all, Mark Davis squares up against everybody and starts fighting, and they start fighting, and then Will Ospreay nails Kyle Fletcher, and then Mark Davis looks at him like, "What are you doing?" Like, bro, you showed up to fight. What you know what he's doing? He's fighting the guy you guys talked about fighting. I hate this terribly acted pantomime, illogical nonsense, fucking wannabe character building bullshit.
I will say, look, I know you're being negative. I did feel like that it was one of the better promos of Ospreay's, though, to be fair, without actually tearing him a new one completely. I actually thought he showed a lot of passion. It seemed real. It came from the heart. You know what I mean? Like it was a legit thing. So I'll give him that. As far as the match after that, and Kyle Fletcher, I can't stand his voice, dude, because he's like really high, and he talks like that, you know.
Well, yeah,
Lad.
exactly.
All right, lad.
It's pretty much. So anyway, as all this is happening, this sort of bleeds into like a Falls Count Anywhere match, because it's supposed to be Roderick Strong versus Lance Archer as one of his like 3 matches he's got to win, and that's going to be a Falls Count Anywhere. But the reason I'm not avowing this Falls Count Anywhere is because Roderick Strong came out with a kendo stick. So as far as I'm concerned, none of this ever happened. Did you have any thoughts on it?
Nah, it's stupid.
Okay. Well, anyway, after whatever happened, randomly Takeshita came out and attacked Roderick Strong, and then Cole runs in, and he's got a match with Takeshita. So we start their match now, and I have a question for you, Jimmy, and everybody
I don't know.
else.
I look like him right now.
A little bit, yeah, a little bit. Well, yeah, my question is for you, the chat, the good people at Crayola. What the fuck color would you call Adam Cole? I don't know if I've ever seen this color on Earth before.
Look, to be fair, there was yellow lighting
it's
too.
It's not quite
though.
brown. It's not quite orange.
Moldy. It's like moldy, sort of.
It's I don't know what this is.
Would you call
it looked like it looked like one of those paint jobs that changes depending on the light.
Yeah, see, but there was yellow lighting though, to be fair.
Zane Vision says Panama Sunset.
That's a good one.
That's what it would be called in the 64 colors box for sure.
Yeah.
But I don't know what this was.
Yeah.
Kind of looked like a little bit of, it looked like, okay, you remember the yellow bastard from Sin City? It'd be like if he got a spray tan. That's what color this was. Oh my God. Anyway.
Why'd you take me off for, bro? That's not spray tan. I'm convinced there's something wrong with him, dude. That's too yellow.
Maybe he's sick and spray tanned. Maybe it's both. Maybe he's spray tanning a liver condition. I don't really.
Is that what it's called? The actual tan?
Oh yeah, and
liver condition.
And we didn't even talk about last week. We didn't even talk about the part where he got the spray tan with his knee pads on because his knees were white when he pulled his knee pad down to do this stupid.
I didn't
finish.
notice that. I actually didn't notice that. So
that was last week, and I remember hearing everybody talk about it because you know me, if it's Adam Cole, I ain't paying that close of attention.
Yeah.
So I didn't notice that, but apparently when he pulled his knee pad down, you could see that that area of his leg was untanned. So what that means is AEW has a portable Mystic spray tan machine.
Yuck.
And guys are going out and getting it like after they gotten dressed in their gear before their match so it can be fresh.
Why? Why would you do it like that though? That's so
because
dumb.
They're morons.
Come on, man. And plus it'd make me feel uncomfortable if I did it that way. Like legitly it would. You know what I
And
mean?
that
Like,
stuff's in your gear now, which you're
yeah.
gonna have to wash your gear anyway. So I guess it's fine, but like
Does that even come off? You
it
think?
takes a while. It takes a
Okay.
while.
Have you
It
done?
usually
You
comes
would have
off in
done
your
it.
sheets while you're like sweating and
That's
stuff
what I'm
during the
saying.
night.
That's what I mean.
It's
Right.
gross. That's why I would never. It's gross.
That's happened to me once, but I've done it once before, and that's exactly what happened. So I don't recommend it.
Anyway, this was cool though because guess what? Adam Cole actually doesn't win. Uh, the Dynamite diamond ring was hidden under the ring for Takeshita to get. I mean, I don't know why he had to go through the trouble of having a full match with him, since all that he was supposed to do is just make sure Adam Cole doesn't make it. So you would think he could try like a Mercedes Moné and run over him, but instead he just has a
Not in
regular
this
match
company.
with him. And then they, yeah, just and then so anyway he gets the ring. The referee is like, hey Adam Cole, don't go after a guy outside the ring like everybody else who fights outside the ring for 20 minutes on this show does. And he pushes him back, and then when he goes to get him, Takeshita punches him with the ring, and he's laid out, and that's it. No extra move. I like that part. I like the part because usually in AEW someone will hit you with a foreign object, then pick you up and do 2 more finishers, but this time the ring was enough. So Adam Cole is down a match.
Oh man.
And MJF laughs cinematically.
Oh my god. Haven't we seen that laugh before? The exact same laugh. It was like it's on loop again, dude.
Could have been.
He's been sitting at home doing sweet fuck all while this shit was taped 10 weeks ago.
Right. Yes, exactly. And
it looks so
good
obvious
for him.
too, like.
Good for he's mailing in his stuff from his Happy Gilmore 2 trailer, which is
more power to him.
Go
absolutely.
Yes, exactly. Go do it. More power to Roderick Strong because he jumps Takeshita after this, and then he gets kicked in the balls. And right as Takeshita decides, I'm going to kill this guy too, Kyle O'Reilly runs in with the chair, and then Ricochet comes in and he kicks Takeshita, and they go fight. And then Kyle is there, and like all his old buddies except for Bobby Fish go to shake his hand, and he just looks at him and like he's like, no, he won't shake hands. So
why? I thought Canadians shake hands.
Apparently he's still mad at them about whatever they did. They probably beat him up.
Goddamn
Back
Canadian.
when Adam Cole was the devil, I'm sure they probably beat up Kyle O'Reilly 10 times, and somebody in the chat will remind me of all the times they beat him up because I forgot. But I'm sure it was something like that.
And Gruss hits the nail on the head. MJF filmed this months ago, played TK for the bag. It's true,
That's
man.
Right.
100%.
With that rub-on tattoo.
Yeah.
So
100%.
All right. Next, the Riders ride up. The Death Riders ride up. And then we have Renee with the Hurt Business. Excuse me, Syndicate.
Syndicate. Yes.
And Lashley says that they're going to hurt Swerve Strickland.
They are? Ooh, we'll see.
That's what he says.
They better hurt
Lashley
him.
when he does promos. I remember one of my favorites is, remember the one, it was like the via satellite one with ECW against Vince McMahon. And he's just like, I'm going to hurt you, old man.
Like, for the ECW championship.
Yeah, ECW championship. One of my favorite parts of that promo is like, he's like, it was like ECW, right? So he's like, I don't need to use a bunch of weapons and tables and other stuff to beat a guy like you. And you can hear the crowd be like, boo. And then he says, but I'm gonna. And they're like, yay.
I love Lashley, man, regardless, but I don't know. I just hope he gets the win over Swerve. But to be honest, I think it's the wrong time for these two to even be having a match, honestly. I think it's way too soon.
Unless it ends up as like a no contest or something. We don't want either of these guys to get beat right now.
But that's why it's a dumb match to begin with.
Right.
Straight off the bat.
Tony is taking the approach that there's no tomorrow. So I mean, if we all blow up the following day, we got to get our Swerve and Lashley match in the history books before. So I understand it, but I still think there's better ways to go about it. Anyway, the Death Riders are back. They're beating up JD Drake on their way to the ring. I guess he was standing in the way, so they probably fucked him up a little bit and rolled him down the ramp, which was very easy because he's a round person. And I wrote like, oh, these guys are my favorite wrestlers now. And then they do the in-ring promo, and then Orange comes out and he answers with a promo of his own, and he's got Briscoe and Romero with him. And he does the promo where he's basically saying the AEW belt is the power in the company, and I'm going to take the power back. And I just don't agree. But I see what they're trying to do, but this just comes off corny. So
Corny. It's an understatement. And suddenly Orange, he talks so monotone, dude. It's like so monotone.
Well, he's supposed to though. That's his character, so he's supposed to.
Okay.
He can get away with it because he's supposed to.
All right, fair enough. And he's not a bad promo guy. Like I've heard way worse. You know what I mean? He's actually not bad considering he hardly talks.
Yeah, and look, and just to be fair, because I've never really had a problem with Orange Cassidy. Like I get the character, I get he's pretty good athlete, all that stuff. I get the character. It's an unusual character, but I get it. And he's one of the only people that's really showing any sort of character growth, like in storytelling terms of like he's saying he's literally spelling it out for us now, but even if he wasn't, you could see it. But he's saying like, I'm the guy that didn't care, and now you made me care. So like you see that there is the serious side to Orange Cassidy, and he used to never have the serious side, and everything used to be a joke and the hands in the pockets and yada yada yada. And now he's finally been pushed into seriousness, and it seems like the only person that really does it is Jon Moxley, because this happened before and all this other stuff. So like he does have a character growth as opposed to some people that just keep doing the same. Like Chris Jericho, for example, keeps switching gimmicks around and going face heel, but nothing about his character
evolving.
Like, yeah, it doesn't actually go logically from one point to another. It just bounces around to whatever he feels like doing.
It just happens. It's just out of nowhere, dude. Literally, like it just happens.
Like, it's like Kenny on South Park dies, and then the next episode he's just back. It's like that. It's whatever.
You're not supposed to think anything else of it, right? It is what it is. But at least that's a cartoon, dude. This is supposed to be, a simulation of real life, right? Like in terms of,
So ironically, the joke character is the one that's doing it right, and Chris Jericho, the all-time legend, is the one doing it wrong. So go figure.
Go figure, indeed. Funny enough, he wasn't even around this week, which is interesting.
Oh, that's not true. Darby, but before we get to that, Darby leaps off the balcony and
to get beat up again.
Well, no, actually, the Death Riders run away.
Oh, it must have been a collision.
They run in the truck and ride off. They were trying to kidnap Yuta, I think.
Didn't they drag fucking what's his name, Darby Allin, once he jumped off with a purple steam mask, whatever that was? Didn't they just drag? You see him dragging him. They're dragging him around the corner. Then the camera switches to whatever was going on with the other guys, and then we don't see them until they're outside trying to get away in the truck and shit.
The Death Riders try to drive off, and Darby jumps in the flatbed.
Right. Yeah.
And then they stop the truck, and he starts fighting with Claudio, and then they beat up Darby, and then Yuta jumps in the back. And they take off. That's what happened.
Claudio,
I'm mad that I remembered that.
I know you did. Everything about it too. But no shit. The way Claudio treated Darby though at the end, when he just grabbed him from the outside and then sprinted towards the roller door, dude, that was pretty lethal. Even the way he friggin' giant swinged him into the friggin' thing, man, that was pretty vicious. Like,
gotta love Darby.
Darby, why does he must love pain, dude. I mean, honestly, I don't know. This kid just wants
somebody's got to be that guy, I guess, and Darby said, I'll be that guy.
Unbelievable, bro. Like, I just don't get it, man.
Some guys, that's all they can do. So I just hope that
he's more than that, though, dude.
Right. That's why I hope that he doesn't get crippled so we lose all the other good things. But you can't talk him out of it because he's smart enough and he knows exactly what he's doing. It's not a case of I can only do this. It's a case of I choose to do this, and there's no talking him out of it. So,
and that's obvious for sure.
Here's Chris Jericho because Renee is with the Learning Tree, and they accept Tomohiro Ishii's challenge for the Ring of Honor Championship, and they even do
Okay, I walked out
the
for a split second. This must have been
yeah,
it.
they do
So
the Nueve pose.
okay, all right. I didn't
This
see
is their
that. I actually
pose.
missed that. But we didn't
Yeah,
see him after that
see how one of
again.
my thumbs is not there? That's how you
Right.
do the Nueve.
Because it's 9.
Yeah. Yeah.
I get it.
That's
I
9
get
in
it.
Spanish, guys. Try to keep
Yes.
up, please. Thanks, guys.
Thanks, guys.
Next is Britt versus
Uh,
Penelope. And as I watched Penelope in this ring, the only thing I could think to write down, because who cares? Britt wins with the lockjaw, whatever.
Bit's finished to me though, dude. But anyway,
yeah, it's cool. I like Penelope selling on it. Like I like her facial expression when she gets the fingers in the mouth. I'd like to see some other expressions. That's what I was saying. Like I can't believe that she let Janela anywhere near her, let alone in her, bro.
And back then she was so much hotter too, man. I felt like when you think about it, like during those days and compared to now, I feel like she's coming back into her own though a bit. But she's got a weird taste of blokes, dude. I mean, she's with Kip Sabian for crying out loud too, bro. Come on.
At least Kip Sabian has somewhat of a physique and height. At least.
What? Yeah, he's probably like about here.
Compared to, but you remember Joey Janela.
That's true. He's ugly.
We're talking about Joey Janela comparison here. Kip Sabian looks like he looks like whoever your favorite most handsome man is compared to Joey Janela.
You're right. That's true. But what is it with Janela, man? You better have a big schlong, bro. Otherwise, what is it about chicks and liking him? I just don't get it, dude.
I don't know, man. I don't know.
He's really half retarded, bro, from wrestling. Like, for real.
Full. Deeb appears at the end, though, on the stage with her flag just to be like, hey, I'm here. All right. Well, okay. I'll take it. Serena Deeb, A+.
But why, though? Like, what's going on here, man?
Oh, how about some more of this? Renee is with Mina, and then Harley comes in, interrupts, and then there's a titty shake off.
Yeah, that was interesting. This kind of went viral, actually, Vet.
I bet you it did.
I mean,
because I wasn't kidding. A lot of the stuff I say on here is nice, fun jokes and fun and jokes and jokes and spaghetti. Yeah. So, but this, no, they literally shook their titties at each other, and they kept doing it because, neither one of them was going to back down.
I'm cool with this. I mean, it's all good. I mean, as long as we don't get titty city from those other guys, I'm down for this type of titty city. I mean, shit.
Well, you almost will, but we'll get to that. Yes. So, no, nobody's knocking this. Nobody. Are you kidding me? Nobody's knocking this. Tit for tit. Lab Rat's okay with this. Zane says I'm on game. That's the only time he's ever paid me a compliment. Josh waiting for some HLA. Like, this is nobody's complaining. This is what AEW needs.
And Josh, by the way,
not the only thing they need, but
that's true. Josh, to answer your question earlier, man, you came in a bit later. If you wanted us to talk about Tyson, go back to the start of the show because we did. Mm-hmm. Just so you know. And Zane says, "Ah,
yeah." All right. Swerve, Strickland versus Leo Rush. I wrote duh because you already know what's going to happen.
Right.
So that kind of sucks. But they're kind of doing something. So we'll get there in a second. But anyway, Swerve calls out the Hurt Business and gets the shit kicked out of him. And I was like, what a way to end the show. And then I looked at the timer and I was like, wait, there's more.
Yeah. It felt like the end of the show. And then, I was like, damn it. It did. But. And I hated the main event.
Strong with the Hurt Business again, but nope, we gotta do.
Dude, Tony has got no sense of placement. I mean, come on, dude, he just doesn't.
Yeah. Well, here he placed Renee and Jamie Hayter here, and she does a promo, and this is boring, and then
not just boring.
It gets interrupted by Dark Julia.
Yeah, which I'm cool. I like that little vignette too. Well, the vignette, but vignette, you know what I mean. Yeah. But I just want to say, man, Jamie Hayter's got a real fucking acne problem, dude. Have you noticed the friggin' Like,
How you be off the gas and acne?
I don't, I have no idea. But what's even more weird, she's got no teeth. I know she's English. No offense,
Right, yeah.
right? You know what they say about English people. But dude, she's got no teeth all here. Like her teeth are missing. I'm like, what the hell? What's happened to her, man? And that orange hair. I'm sorry. I'm not saying you're ugly. I'm just, but the makeup and the orange hair and the fucking or the red hair, whatever, and the pimples just stand out, man. It's like I don't know.
Yeah, she kind of looks washed out, right?
Yeah, well,
She
yeah,
kind of looks like she has one of your camera filters on or something.
but she doesn't. That's what's funny. She
Yeah,
needs a filter though.
yeah. I,
No offense.
yeah, no. She's definitely looked better as a brunette.
Way better,
100%.
dude. Way better. I don't know what. Yeah,
Yeah,
maybe it's yeah.
if you have pale skin, dark hair looks good on you. Blonde hair washes you out. Red hair kind of washes you out. Not as bad
Way
as if
worse.
she was blonde. If she was full blonde, she'd look worse, I think, because the pale blonde with the pale skin would be like
Yeah,
someone forgot
pretty
to color
white.
in a coloring book.
Should
But
be a highlighter or some shit.
yeah, but with the dark
uh,
hair, I think anyway. But it's her. You know, it's
I
her
don't know,
choice.
man. It stood
She
out.
wants to be. She
Stood
wants
out.
to dress like a grandmother's couch from the '70s. Then that's fine.
I'm just stating what I saw, Zane. I'm not trying to be offensive. It's just I couldn't help it, man. There was like at least 20 of them around her mouth.
Oh, he ain't offended. Anyway,
I know. I
here's
know.
the offensive part. The main event is FTR
That's
versus
offensive.
Kings of the Black Throne. Um,
The
and
right
the only
team
thing that
won, though.
matters, huh?
The right team won. That's what matters.
Yeah, I was gonna say the only thing that matters is Hollywood the Axe Axon was put to sleep by Brody King.
What the hell
Like, I
was
don't even
that?
need to do an exciting finisher to you. I'm just gonna beat you with a sleeper. And then we're
But
gonna shake hands
why?
after you wake up. We're all gonna shake hands and we're gonna go off the air with friendly handshakes and hugs.
Yeah, I don't like this new house of baby face, suddenly, whatever you want to call it. How they're shaking everybody's hand after every match. If this is not
They
leading
turned
to
over a
some.
new leaf. How's Julia gonna fit back into this?
You called her up to tell her to come back, which is odd. I didn't know dark people use telephones to call them to come back to work.
They use
So she
Ouija
had a
boards.
holiday. Oh, it must have been. So they gave her a break, basically. She went on vacation to be back to normal. And then she gets a dark phone call in the middle of the night to come
Dark
back.
call.
A dark call. To
She's
come
like,
back and turn
she's
dark.
like, dark hello.
I mean, it's so corny though, dude. Like, really, you come up with something like that, and the vignette was well done. Don't get me wrong, but just the whole thing was kind of corny a little bit. But I digress.
Not,
Whatever.
yeah,
I mean,
not as bad as shooting yourself in the heart with an arrow on the football field the previous week, but
well, she did have a red stain.
yeah.
I'm
So
just saying.
all right. This is Rampage, baby.
Oh yes, Duke.
Yeah, so I'm gonna take it.
Well,
Jimmy's
knock knock.
continuous gimmick of never watching it. Don't blame him.
I used to be the Rampage guy, not anymore. That's
Yeah,
the vet. That's the vet's job now.
that's me. Vet. Don't
I
worry, it
should
won't
watch
take
it.
long.
Go for it.
Hikaru Shida versus Layla Gray. Shida wins with the
That's a
Shida
good match.
driver. Yeah. Renee
On
is with
paper.
Harley. As usual, Harley plays the guitar and sings. Mark Briscoe in a singles match with Davari for some reason.
Oh, cool.
Guess who wins with a Froggy Bow? Not
Oh,
even to break out the J Driller for Davari, just Froggy Bow. Froggy Bow is good enough for you.
Was it a quick match at least though?
No, it took a while. Rocky Romero versus Commander.
Well, it's just
Commander
away.
needs a strong
Awesome.
win. He hits his tightrope walk shooting star thing. I know they have a name for it, but I can't make it out over the fast forward. So so anyway, Commander wins and MVP is watching it and he's like, I like this guy, Commander.
Oh, please. He's full of shit.
We'll see. Lexi is with Anna Jay. Anna Jay's trying a promo again. Taya Valkyrie steps in and says, honey, let me show you how a promo's done, and then cuts a promo and then walks out. And like,
Oh boy.
sexily touches her here and there, and Anna gets annoyed.
Of course she does. Just embrace it, Anna. Come on.
Then we get I'm sorry, I just like saw that lab rat. AEW, we're the best handshake.
Well, it's becoming that.
Yeah. Then we get a tag team match. Mortos.
Oh, was Mortos on Rampage?
On Rampage. He was rampaging.
It was
The
all over
rampaging
again.
beast.
That should be seen the rampaging beast. Mortos. Yes. He won. Please tell me he won.
With the horns.
With the horns, the horns.
Yeah, the horns. Them two guys against Alex Price.
Who?
And Richard Holiday. Yes.
Richard Holiday?
Yes, that Richard Holiday.
No.
Yes.
Don't tell me they just ran all over these guys.
They ran all over him like they didn't even know him.
No way.
Roosh did the pushed his face down on the pin.
Oh no.
Like,
where was MJF?
Shit. I don't care if you survive cancer or not. Fuck you.
Damn, dude. That's sad. It wasn't long ago, man. He started, building himself. I mean, come on, man. Hammerstone as well. I mean, think about that, vet, at one stage. Where was his boys at, man?
Dude, if the dynasty came into
AEW, dude, I love that. I'll love it.
Instead of MJF the towel boy, like for Cody,
dude, that would have been magnificent. I would have loved it. That's why I was watching MLW back then, just because of them. No shit, bro. I mean, that's money. If they were to do it now, it'd make more sense because they're his real, hoodlums, if you know what I mean. The real MJF. That's his boys, man. That's, you know what I'm saying? Like, surely they should think about bringing these guys in. I know Hammerstone does shit with WWE here and there and TNA. But, come on. Bring him in as MJF's henchman.
No,
why?
Jimmy, no, thank you. Sorry. No.
God damn.
Yeah.
Why would you waste Richard Holiday?
It was kind of sad. I'm not saying Richard Holiday isn't like, Dwayne Johnson or anything, but I'm just saying,
come on.
Yeah, come on.
It's not Dwayne Johnson.
Not
He's
like
better than
this. Not like this. Why
right,
couldn't it
exactly.
have been? What if? Okay, remember when last week the mysterious guy came in and gave Don Callis the envelope and all that stuff. Why couldn't that have been Richard Holiday?
Right. Why? Yeah, it'd be better than this.
If you don't know him, okay, you don't know him. But if you do know him, it makes sense. But also, nobody knows that other guy. So it wouldn't matter if they didn't know Richard Holiday because they didn't know the guy they used. So it's like, just use him in that spot. Like, that'll be his way in. Right?
Right. That's great. Don't be logical. You're being logical again, man.
I don't care. I will do it. If they're not going to stop fucking up, I'm not going to stop correcting them.
Well, like Todd Brantley says, you already know the answer, Van.
I don't accept that answer, Todd. It's never been an acceptable answer. That kind of answer gets people fired by John Moxley backstage.
Apparently, yeah, allegedly. Jeez, yeah. I wonder if that was Jimmy Jacobs he's referring to, maybe. That sounds kind of like it when you think about it.
Maybe, but no, because Jimmy, I think, I would hope not. I don't know Jimmy Jacobs. I don't know Jimmy Jacobs, but I would hope not because he was one of the boys and he should know not to think like that. He should know better than that. So I would think it's more likely a person that not a wrestler.
Okay.
Kind of thing. I would hope. Anyway.
Yeah. We'll never know, I guess.
So Lexi is interviewing MVP. And MVP is like, I'm keeping my eye on a lot of talent around here. I'm watching Ricochet. I'm gonna watch his match, and I'm watching Commander because he's gonna have, we know now that he has a match with Shelton Benjamin, but this is where we're finding it out. Like, he wasn't so much interested in Commander as he was scouting him. So
right.
It was like they made it seem like a thing. But that's the thing. Even a small thing like that, MVP is just coincidentally involved with trying to make sense, or do you think MVP has ideas that make sense? Right.
I think it's MVP, all MVP, man, 100%.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think he seems like the type of guy if he thinks bullshit. Because if you noticed, his things like what he's doing does make sense. The only thing that doesn't make sense for me is the Hurt Syndicate's type of matches, especially what Shelton's been going through. Sorry, in his matches, and we'll get to that. But yeah,
We'll get to it. But then the main event is Ricochet versus Dante Martin. You can imagine what this must have looked like, and you're going to have to because I didn't really watch it.
I mean, I can only imagine these guys were flying all over the ring. They probably sat still and looked at each other while everyone's chanting, "This is awesome," but they didn't touch.
Maybe.
Were they wearing their aircraft suits and shit? I mean,
maybe no. He just came out like a regular wrestler this time. So did Layla Gray.
Stupid.
Like Top Flight's not even wearing the flight attendant and pilot outfits really anymore.
Oh, he's on Top Flight anymore. Really? I wonder why. It looks good on Layla Gray though. I'll give it that.
Hey, well, what she wore on this episode looked good too. So if you watch,
dude, she looks so much better than she has been in the last few years, bro.
Right.
She
looks better than Fat Cheetah.
Oh my god, dude, she looks deformed now. Her face is not the same anymore. Dude, you know I'm not tripping. You know this. I'm telling you, dude. This is weird. She looks weird, bro. What's going on with her?
Well, quickly, Ricochet hits the spirit gun, and MVP nods approvingly backstage.
They don't want Ricochet.
Or maybe front stage. I don't remember if he came out or not, or if he was just watching the monitor, but he nodded approvingly no matter what happened. So that was a Rampage.
No, Todd. The fat sheeter, not PHAT sheeter. F, right?
Yeah,
that's what we mean. But each to their own, though. Not judging.
So let's do Collision.
Are we gonna like
timely and quickly?
Okay, let's do it. Let's do it. I'm gonna give 2 words of opinions this time.
Okay, so just one more time.
I love that thing, dude.
Because I don't think he's gonna appear on this episode, so we might as well get it now, right?
He's not appearing on this episode. That's for sure.
Look at this cool picture on the.
Yeah, it looks good, man.
The glare of my monitor keeps. Okay, there you go. See it?
That looks very well done, dude. Like honestly, it looks like it's been. Are they handcrafted these things, dude? These ones?
No, I think they're probably machine made, but it still looks good. And there's even a cover to this. There's like a sleeve that goes to this.
Really?
And it's got it's across the room, so I'm not gonna get up and get it, but it's like you see this like the switchblade here on the side.
It's
like there's
cool.
cutouts of switchblade shapes here, so you see like 3 slashes through the thing.
Oh, that's mad, dude. That's awesome.
I wish they put as much time into his TV
time as the figure,
his action figure. All right, but anyway,
you got to get that autographed. You got to get that signed, by the way.
Yeah, that's all right. Jay, not Jay White, but Anna Jay and Mariah May both have something to say when they walk by the Amra K. So there you go. And then we get our opening match, which is Mina Shirakawa making her in-ring return to AEW versus Harley Cameron, the tit-for-tit match.
And they were shaking it up as well a little bit here in this match, as a matter of fact. Way too long, but went 11 minutes, dude, as a matter of fact. 11 minutes.
Well, you know. I mean, what
Harley Cameron.
Yeah. But anyway, so Mina hits her glamorous driver to win, as she should. Still took a little long, like you said, though.
It's 11 minutes, dude, and I remember that
surviving out here.
The more you point that out, the more I'm starting to laugh about it, because she really is, and she's on every show, dude. Like every single show. Like TK must have a crush on it, dude. Someone does.
Must.
100%.
To me, she looked like a goblin with her hair pulled up, but that's fine.
She's funny, dude. She's just a character. That's all she is.
Yeah, I'll give her that she's funny. I'll be.
She can rap too, bro. You got to give her that. And she's funny with her raps.
Yeah, I guess.
She sucks, but you know what I mean.
Yeah, she can rap the fast part of Godzilla. Yeah. Short Bus pulls up, And then we get Daniel Garcia versus Johnny
Uh,
TV.
oof.
Which right off the bat, I'm like, oh God. But then I saw MXM come out for some shenanigans, and then I was like,
Then I was tuning in again.
because
Yeah,
they're with Johnny TV now, so
right.
that makes sense. Actually, he's with them, I would say, is probably more accurate as far as who's over. But anyway, that happens. And then somewhere during this, I guess Lil Brooks Jensen comes out and kidnaps Fat Daddy from the announce desk. Is that what happened?
I think so. I guess. I mean, what else do you call these?
Because I must have missed it, but then they were back in the back. So like Garcia wins with a Cobra clutch, and then they show like backstage.
They tie up. Like, what's his name, dude?
Well, not yet, but before that, it's like Fat Daddy's getting beaten up by Little Brooks. Little Brooks. It
was all good. Nothing happened.
And then Garcia like sees it. Like what? Does he see it on the monitor? Like, is that what it was?
So. It must have. I mean, he must have been watching in the back.
So he runs back there, and then when they cut the camera off, and then when they come back, the tables are completely turned. Lil Brooks is tied to the to the hood of his own bus, and then they do a death proof.
Yeah, but what happened
death
after
proof with him? They drive with Brooks on the hood.
Yeah, and especially what's his name, Fat Daddy Magic, was getting excited. Like he was the one driving too.
Yeah, he was like, "Hey, I can't wait for the guys on the Wreckage to watch this shit."
He's like, "Hey,
I got a camera in the dash."
In the dash,
and somehow it's gonna have a feed to TV. But don't think about it too much.
True.
Jimmy
great
thought about
call
it
out. Actually, that's a great point, man. Because it was literally.
Jimmy keeps thinking about it. It's killing his internet. Stop thinking about it, Jimmy.
I'm back.
Stop thinking.
I'm not.
All right, he's back. So yeah, they do a death proof. So yeah, they're doing a death proof. They have a dash cam that can transmit to the live broadcast feed, and
that's a dash cam.
Nobody cares because we cut to Shelton versus Commander. Who cares about a human being driven on the hood of a car? We got a match to do.
And I believe, correct me if I'm wrong, but we got no end to that. We don't know what happened.
Right. We still don't. They are still driving.
And what's the bet? It's going to be irrelevant. It doesn't matter what happened. Yeah. Like, it's going to be all back to normal.
If I know AEW, they're going to pull up to Dynamite with him still on the hood.
Oh, God. He better be dirty. I'm telling you now, bro. He better be like covered in oil and all sorts of shit, or at least bleeding. Even I mean, if they do that, that's it, bro. Like, what were they doing? Just cruising? I mean, what about when they went to put gas? Didn't someone see there was someone strapped along the fucking front? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You know what?
Yeah, they just said, "Mind your business."
Yeah, exactly. And this is what does my head in, dude. Because I retweeted a WWE segment from back in 2000 with DX. Remember when Stone Cold got hit by a car? Right? You know, I did this for The Rock. Remember that shit? At least there was cops investigating everybody about who hit Stone Cold. You know what I mean? And you see detectives talking to DX, for example, right? And I retweeted that because unlike one company, at least they brought in cops because it's a freaking criminal offense, right? You ran over someone. At least WWE had the vision to do that. Unlike AEW, it doesn't matter what you do.
Right.
And it's its own like country.
Mm-hmm. It is. It's still it's a sovereign country, run by Jon Moxley with a gold championship belt. But if that's the thing, like even if it's silly, if you follow up on it with kind of what would realistically happen, that gives you TV content.
Right.
So you don't have to think of like, well, how many matches do I need to fill this show? You could just be like, well, we got several segments with the police questioning, Daniel Garcia or something. So,
but nope,
yeah,
we're not going to get.
We'll just settle for pulling up to Dynamite next week with Jack Perry covered in bugs and dirt, and
he better be, dude. I'm telling you, if he's not, I'll be pissed.
Yeah. All right. So, anyway, that happened, and then back to the wrestling match because that's exciting
Oh,
after you've seen a kidnapping and vehicular assault and
I
all
mean,
that
come
other
on.
stuff.
It's a regular occurrence on this
Yeah, it's
show.
Shelton versus Commander. This is very important. And after Commander is decimated, while still somehow getting way too much in,
Way too much, dude. Again,
yeah, Shelton goes to take the mask off, and then
he's doing a
Alex
bad job
Abrahantes
of it,
gets in to stop him, and he gets the MV punch.
as he should have. Because, and I hope I never see him on television ever again. If you want to call somebody a waste of money, that's him right there, dude. Really, you're gonna pay a hype man for what? Looks like a dork on top of that, dude. Like,
Maybe he's a guy that said, "It's the undercard. It doesn't matter."
I hope so, because then he's out of here,
No, he
man.
would never say that.
He's just a marked hard to me, dude. A complete mark.
All right. So Renee Moxleygood is with Chris Statlander of Andromeda, and
no bra, mind you.
yeah, it's apparently not. We don't need that here. We already had the Mina and Harley match. So, Renee, even though Renee may be married to the psychopath that took over the company, she is still asking the right questions because she says, after getting hit by a car and putting Mercedes through a wall, what can we expect for your guys' match at Full Gear? Best question a reporter's ever asked on this fucking show.
Well, it's true. I mean, she should have asked that question, and she did. And I'm sure, but then she praises her, which I don't know. She goes, she is one of the best wrestlers of all time, and blah blah blah. One of the best right now. Okay, cool. You know what I mean? Like, cool. Josh, come on, bro. How can you not see it? You know what I mean? And believe me, I don't find Statlander that attractive. Believe it or not, we've actually spoken about this. But the fact that she's getting, I keep saying she should cover herself up a little bit, Vet. Have I not been saying that? I mean, even you said it. Instead, she's getting less
more
and less
like
clothes.
Chris Fatlander.
Yeah, exactly. But now she's freaking going crazy with less and less clothes every week. I'm just saying.
Right.
Jeez, we're assholes.
I could see this. Yeah, I could see this person as just like the sad stripper that's at the grocery store in the early morning after her shift to pick up some milk for the kids.
Oh, that's a bad look too, dude. But you're right, dude. I can't see it any other way either. And she's still young on top of that. Who's your mother, girl? God damn.
Speaking of who's fat, because Sheeta comes in and she's like, hey, I believe, I'm glad you kicked Mercedes' ass, and I think you're going to do it again and take her championship. And when you do, I want the first shot. And Statlander's like, nope, I'll beat you up for free on Dynamite.
Okay.
Thanks. Thanks. Great. I could fight you with no stakes. Sure. All right. That's fine.
AEW, baby.
Lexi is with the Acclaimed, and she's like, where's Billy? And they're like, don't worry about it. And then
don't worry about it, huh?
Yeah, hey, get out of here. And then the Hurt Business comes in and they're like, hey, good luck, guys. Good luck in your match tonight, guys. You know, hey guys, you got my card.
Yeah.
Yep. And then another guy the Hurt Business should definitely be interested in. It's Hobbs. It's Powerhouse Hobbs.
You think?
Yep. He's in a match with let me check my notes. No Meat. Right? Because the Iron Savages come out and Jack Jameson is talking about like, you guys think you're going to get a meat match? Well, you're not getting any meat tonight. Or
like, go on a vegan diet. That's what he was saying.
Yeah, what is this bullshit? Well, anyway, Hobbs takes the no meat and fucking racks it like meat.
He's ridiculous.
And that's that. Lexi is with the Undisputed Kingdom. So that's Roderick Strong and Hat and Gloves. And they cut a promo. No interruption. Nobody walking in. No weird thing happening off camera. It just was a regular wrestling promo where she asked a question and they gave a promo.
And they're baby faces now, it seems, bro. Yeah,
so baby face. of all the people I want to hear cut a vanilla promo, it ain't these three vanilla white dudes.
The most
Somebody
vanilla white
interrupt this
dudes.
shit.
Nah,
Damn it.
man. They are literally the most vanilla white dudes in wrestling right now, bro. Them three, oh my god, bro. But especially gloves and fucking no hat or hat, sorry, whatever. Man, yeah, go away. And I used to like Taven, man, but now he's just absolutely just.
Hey, you used to like him. Let's all
I
point
just
and
felt
laugh
like
at
he
Jimmy.
had something, bro. Like I felt like he had something at one point, but clearly he's being exposed.
Hey, Jimmy used to
Not
like
anymore.
Taven.
It's too late now. Where's he going? Isn't he like 40 years old at this point, dude?
Yeah, I'm sure
Matt
he's
Taven?
40 or 50 years old. Yeah.
I wouldn't say 50.
Well,
Yeah.
Jimmy, let's add some color to these proceedings because we got
Please.
Private Party coming up next.
Oh,
and
yes.
they are here to observe in the VIP section with the velvet ropes and all. LFI versus the Acclaimed with Billy.
With Billy, where did he just pop from?
He just, hey, you know.
So what was the whole
said he
point
would
of
be
that
here,
before?
and he was. He sure was.
Do you like this new Max Caster gimmick, by the way, before we keep moving?
Well, he did do his rap this time.
He did, but
if he forgot to do the handoff line of "Everybody loves the Acclaimed," he just said whatever he said about whoever, and then Bowens just took it. Like,
so clearly we're getting a split with these guys, 100%. I mean,
okay. Well, they win this match with a mic drop to Mortals, so they qualify for the that 4-way deal at Full Gear.
Oh, that sucks. I wanted to see Mortals.
I know.
But we're not going to get Mortals.
But you get to see Mina because she's backstage with Lexi, and she cuts a promo.
Mini Shinakawa?
Mm-hmm.
What did she say? Seriously.
I think she's whatever it was. She repeated herself. I think she said she is excited for Mariah's match.
Yeah. Oh, good. Very nice. Very good. What else can she say? I mean, shit.
Yeah, technically, technically it's our main event, so she's very excited. Then we get a vignette from MXM Collection, which unfortunately I did kind of speed through it at double speed, but it sounded funny a little bit. I'm sure it was funny if I paid attention to it. So I apologize, guys. I'm in a time crunch. You guys have to understand. I hope you guys understand. I'm trying to deliver you this fresh, exciting, hot content here at channelattitude.com and Hamin Media Group YouTube with Jimmy T every week. And I only have 1 hour for lunch, and Collision's a long 2 hours because the feed I watch has the picture-in-picture too. So I have to skip through that. I don't get the commercial break time off, and I just can't pay the close attention. I'm multitasking. It's very difficult.
How do you do it at work, dude? Like on your break only?
I'm just sitting there on my phone watching it, and I have like on my screen I have like a little picture-in-picture window that's playing it, and I have my notes app open here like I do now, and so like I can.
And you're typing too.
I'm typing it. I'm typing my notes while it's playing in the corner, and then it's going at double speed so I can hear everything. But if the announcers are saying everything fast, like sometimes I miss it, and then
I'm looking at you.
Yeah, and then I'm doing that, but I'm also trying to eat my lunch with the other hand. So there are times when I have to like look at the food so I don't spill it on myself and things, and it's just
multitasking.
It's a whole thing. But I love you guys, and so I want to give you a great show. And even if I don't pay attention to the details,
come on, it's the vet. All right, please.
Yeah, it's me.
Come on,
it's a me, the vet.
it's a him.
Yeah, Mamma mia. So
it's the vetty.
So even though there's actually stuff I want to watch. Like I want to watch the MXM Collection, but because I was a little behind today or in a time crunch, I couldn't undouble speed the speed to watch it in normal speed, if that makes sense.
Plus, you guys got to appreciate what he goes through. He works night shift and then does this shit. I mean, come on. Yeah. That's how much he loves everybody. Put it that way.
I literally still have my work socks on.
Shit,
Lexi is with the conglomeration, and Ishii like grunts something, and then Mark is like, "What my man Big Tom is trying to say is," and then he launches into a promo. And basically he does a big Mark Briscoe promo, and I love it very much. And I actually did listen to it. But he said a bunch of stuff that I can't repeat because only Mark Briscoe can be Mark Briscoe. But at the end, he does say, he sums it up by saying, that Jericho is getting his ass whooped, son.
I hope he does, but I still got a bad feeling, Vet.
Well, yeah, Tomohiro Ishii's not winning the belt from Chris Jericho, but
Exactly.
maybe he will just whoop his ass before he lays down.
He's not laying down for no one until he's ready, dude. That's what sucks. Jericho's become such an annoyance in a way nowadays, man. I appreciate him, but at the same time, I couldn't care less about him anymore.
He's no Orange Cassidy. So Lexi
Definitely
is
not.
with FTR, and she's like, "Why are you guys such losers?" And they're like, "I don't know. I guess we just are. But it's time to rebuild and, onward and upward," and some other boring shit.
Up and at them.
Yeah. Up and at them.
Yeah. Up and at them.
Up and at them. Up and at them. Yeah. All right. I wish they were Rainier Wolfcastle being Radioactive Man. Instead, it was Axe Axon and Cash being them.
I know, just being them. That's sad. Anyway, let's move on.
Yeah. Outrunners do their analog vignette.
I love these guys. I love it, though, dude. Come on.
Yeah. I wrote down perfect.
They're too good. I love these guys, man.
I know you and Ray talk about Monday Night Raw, and you talk about the Wyatt Six and all this.
I can't stand them, bro. Straight up. I can't stand them.
I cut a scathing promo on Bo Dallas's mask on the Next Level Wrestling Review.
I actually haven't checked it out yet, man. I've been
to the point where, when you do, I cut a scathing promo because Ray was all ready to defend them, and then when I cut the promo, Ray actually hid off screen because there was nothing he could say. But anyway,
because you're right, you would have been right.
But these guys with WWE and all their money, right? They're trying to do this analog VHS vignette bullshit,
right?
And the Outrunners are doing it perfectly because all they do is film it with a camcorder and play that.
Legitly, like actual camcorder.
Yeah, they're not trying to make a digital version of videotape.
So legit. Like what they're doing is legit.
It looks like a VHS got uploaded and cleaned up to HCTV. Man.
That's attention to detail right there, bro. I like that. The fact that you just said that, I appreciate it even more now. But it does look legit from a camcorder, dude. It actually does.
Because it probably is. Because it's easy. It's easier to do that than to try to program fake analog artifacting and static and all this other stuff.
Yeah, I hate that shit too, dude. Straight up.
Main event: Anna Jay versus Mariah May. No DQ. Deanna's watching. They do a bunch of stuff. I didn't like it. I didn't even see it. What did you think, Jimmy? Anything good on this? Did I miss anything?
How many times have these two women wrestled now the last few weeks? About 3 times, maybe.
I think this is the 3rd time.
Well, if you've seen it previously, you've seen it all, dude. It's the same old shit. Nothing much is different over here, dude. And I was dozing at this point. I was like in and out. They're both good to look at. That's about it.
We just never get enough hardcore matches in wrestling business these days.
Well, the thing is,
no promotions do hardcore matches anymore. It's just so rare to see a hardcore match.
I mean, it's very rare. I mean, didn't we just see it like a year ago? No, I mean, this company should change its name to All Extreme Wrestling. I've said this a million times. And
Todd Brantley says they're both hot. I mean, yeah.
Well, that's it. They're both good to look at. That's about it. You know what I mean?
They're hot,
But
yeah, I don't know. I'm sure if I watched it, I just would have been sad. But all I saw was the finish, which is where Mariah May sprayed her in the face with a can of Mace, baby. Is it burning? Well, fuck it. Now you're learning. And hits her with the pile driver. And then Mina celebrates with Mariah May and their buddies, and they shake it. And then Mariah hits Anna Jay with an extra kick after the bell. And Mina's like, no, you don't have to do all that. Just cool it. And then she's like, all right. No more kicking. And then they leave. And then I was like, oh, that's good. There we're done. And then nope. I look at the timer. There's still more. just like Dynamite. There's still more after this, and it's a cinematic Moxley promo. I guess this was him holding the. Was this him holding the Superstation hostage, or?
Well, this is TNT now, so technically the Superstation is TBS. But
oh yeah, so then what? I don't get it.
He's hostage. He's taken hostage all of WBD, bro. As a whole,
I guess he's let him go like as soon as the show was over, though, right? Like he took it.
I mean, I assume he's even the cameraman somehow.
Well, he can't be because there was. When I say cinematic, I mean there was coverage on this, meaning they cut from one camera while he's talking to a side camera while he's talking. So it's a 2-camera shoot. You can't have them both because I can see his hands. So
true.
I don't know. But anyways, it's basically just him and Marina there. And then he's doing his promo. Now, I know I talked about at the beginning of the show how Moxley's dumb as fuck and everything, but this promo is that he did here, like, you know, me being the fairest man that there is, rivaled only by Professor Chabela Vera Cruz. But if he did a good promo, but the problem is, like we talked about earlier for like 20 minutes, the angle is dumb as fuck. So it doesn't matter if you do a good promo. You know, it's a filet mignon in the bathroom.
Also, I feel like he's over, like he's on TV too much, dude. Like, scale back a little bit, man. Take a week off, bro.
Not too much. Just the angle is not getting over, I don't think. So that's what's bad about it.
Over. I mean,
it's not that they need less of him. They need more for them to do that makes sense. Aaron says, "What happened that Mox does not bleed anymore every week?" Well, he shouldn't be bleeding if he only does promos and nobody touches him.
Exactly right.
Yeah, nobody touches him, so he can't bleed.
Suddenly he's become like the big boss.
Maybe he's bleeding in his crotch once a month. I don't know.
Yeah.
And then they closed the show. This is the weirdest thing I've ever seen. There's the weirdest thing I've ever seen. They closed this show with a highlight package of like what? Everything that's happened in the past year?
I'm crying.
And they paid for November Rain by Guns N' Roses to play over this.
Yeah. He was bragging about it all week, bro. Remember?
You spent money for this? For this? I cut this the fuck off. Did I miss anything?
Yeah. You missed Tony saying all week that he paid. He paid for this shit to show you.
He said that? Did he come out at the end? He
said that on Twitter, bro.
Did he try to? Oh, well, but not on the show?
Not on the show. On Twitter.
He didn't come out at the end and say, with an itch, knee, son, da. No? That wasn't the closer? I cut it off. Well, guys, it appears Jimmy he's in pain.
Oh, excuse me. My God, that was funny, man. I'm seriously dying from that. Whew, I've got to relax.
And we're in. We have delivered you a week of AEW in about an hour.
Yeah, this is a new record.
An hour and about 5-6 minutes.
Actually, we have done a show once in under an hour. It was 45 minutes. A long time ago.
This one we spent 40 minutes talking about everything else, and we got started around 43 minutes in, and now we are getting you guys home safe with an hour and 50 total.
Absolutely.
If you missed anything, please go back and check out the beginning, because we were on fire the entire time, Jimmy.
Oh, that was funny, man. I had a good laugh on this show, that's for sure, man. And even though it's like nearly 5 a.m. for me, and I'm laughing the house down. I mean, like, seriously, you made me laugh today, man. No shit. But in saying that, man,
I hope I made everybody have a good day today.
My head hurts from the laughter. No shit, man. I'm not gonna lie. But Sorry, Vet. I thought I should, incorporate your song more often. But yeah, what's up? Vet.
Do whatever makes you feel good, Jimmy. I'm a humble man. I may be the most humble man who's ever existed on planet Earth. And I am humble for all of you. But when you're the best in the world, you can't do any less. So if you want to see me be the best in the world anywhere else, at Opinion Haver, if you Google Opinion Haver, you will mostly get me. My Twitter, my Twitch, maybe Instagram. You might get a guy that tries to be the Opinion Haver, but I took it on most platforms, so he can't. Don't think that's me. That is not me. If you see anybody that is Opinion Haver and some name that is not Jamie Williams or Jamie the Vet Williams, that is not me. So
there's a guy impersonating you?
No, nobody's impersonating me, but I'm not the only person to think of that name. I was just the first and the greatest. So this guy is going to every social media platform and trying to type it in, and like, damn it, it's taken, except for like maybe a couple. He got it on Blue Sky, okay? So
good
yeah,
for
I'm
him.
not, so as instead of being like Opinion Haver 2 or Opinion Haver the Vet or something else besides just Opinion Haver, I just won't use Blue Sky. How about that? So yeah, you could find me anywhere. And here at HMG, I've got the Next Level Wrestling Review of Big Ray. I've got the Impact Attack with Brandon. I've been the host of Wrestling with Rip Rogers back-to-back weeks. This past Friday and the Friday before, so check that out. That's three between the two episodes. That's 3 solid hours of Rip on a roll, and I just keep pushing him along like this.
I love it, man. Because Rip is a different dude when you're around. I'm not gonna lie, he really does light up, man.
Rip unleashed by me. I took the leash off. Von Lila's got him on the leash, and I ripped that motherfucker off. So cool. Go check those out. It's a really fun time. Frank is always there. He knows. He could put it over if you don't believe me. And check out Stevie Richards. Stevie Richards on fire, talking about the ECW One Night Stand, how it came about, and all the stuff surrounding it. The JBL Meanie stuff, all that. Check out that episode. Check out just check out everything, man. You know by now. If you lasted this long, you know what to check out. Jimmy, what else can they check out?
Well, they can check out me and Big Ray Hernandez every Tuesday mornings, 10 a.m. Eastern, 9 a.m. Central, for I Like It Raw, where we talk all things WWE and more particularly Monday Night Raw. And of course, the Smack Attack with myself and John Enright. You never know who you're going to get on the Smack Attack. It could be me and Jeff. It could be John and Jeff. It could be me and John. We just don't know because John wasn't around for a good 3 weeks. But he's back this week for a 4-hour extravaganza.
Wasn't it a trios match this week?
Well, it was two of us.
Trios team? Are you going to challenge for the titles?
Well, yeah. Jeff came in at the end when we're going to wrap it up. But in Jeff joining, we went for another 2 hours basically. So that's what happened. So yeah, but it was a good show nevertheless. But yeah, sometimes it just drags on way too long, but it is what it is. But other than that, I think that's a wrap for me. And of course, tune in every Sunday mornings, 11 a.m. Eastern, for this very show, the Wreckage, with myself and of course the Vet. And I think that's about it, dude. Oh, but also like and subscribe right here on channelattitude.com and also at Hamin Media Group YouTube channel. Like I said, our subscribers have gone up. We still need to get to that 1K mark, so please keep sharing, keep liking, keep subscribing, and just get it out there, man. Get us over the line for that 1,000. And also, HaminMediaGroup.popping.com for all our affiliate shows. And that's a wrap. So in saying that, I am Jimmy T. That is the Vet, Jamie Williams, and you've been listening and watching the
Wreckage there. Hey, let's tie Jack Berry to our butts there and drive him around there, Jimmy there.
Oh, howdy ho. That Wreckage. And we're out. Thank you to everyone that's joined us, man. Much love, very appreciative, and peace. See yous.